What's up, guys? Welcome to Superwise. I'm John, and I just finished rewatching Morbius. It's my second time seeing this movie, and I definitely have updated thoughts. You guys know in my very first review for this film, I really enjoyed it. And after my second viewing, I still really enjoy it. I don't love it. I think love is a word I have to use very carefully because The Batman is a movie I truly love and adore. No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness. These are movies I love. Morbius just ain't in that same category, if you know what I mean. I still really enjoy it. I think it's fun. I think it's a solid film and a good time. But I do not love it. Not in the true sense of the word. Upon rewatching it, while I did still really enjoy it, the issues I already knew were there, they were just more apparent to me. I've said this from the beginning, the VenomVerse has very flimsy storytelling, and in this movie, it's nothing really special. It's generic, it's flimsy, and while I don't hate it, they could have done more to flesh out this world, this story for sure, flesh out relationships like between Morbius and Milo. While I did like their friendship, the flashbacks between Morbius and Milo did their job, but they could have done more to flesh it out. The flashbacks between Morbius and Jared Harris, there should have been more there to really feel the impact of Jared Harris's death, because I didn't really feel anything. We were shown really quickly what we needed to know, and it didn't have that emotional impact that it needed to. And I find it funny because, listen, the VenomVerse is not going to be the MCU. They're not going to have peak storytelling. These are very hastily put out films that you're intended to have a good time with them, not really think about them so much. When I walk into Craven, I'm not expecting true greatness like The Batman or any of the MCU's best films. I'm walking in saying, okay, I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to think it's mediocre to fine, good. But that doesn't excuse the films for having lazy or flimsy or generic storytelling. The editing and pacing can be really weird. Sometimes it's so out of place and jarring, you can tell. So it doesn't really flow as it needs to. The action is still really dope. I still really like the action. I think it's really cool. Visually, it's really cool to look at. Like when Morbius is jumping from place to place and you can see like the purple, reddish, or orangish energy around him. I think that's very stylistically cool. Still have the issue with the film being PG-13 and watered down. I mean, it'd be so dope if it was rated R and you can really show the violence, because when Morbius slashes that guy's throat and you hear the sound effect but you don't see the blood, it's kind of funny. The effects overall are pretty good. I mean, Morbius looks really good. The effects when he's flying and jumping are really cool. Matt Smith, though, oh my god, when he turns into a vampire, it's not the best. It's noticeable. Not all of the CGI is that good. The performances are serviceable to good. I mean, I think Jared Leto is good. Matt Smith plays the hell out of Milo as the villain. When he's dancing in front of the mirror, it is something else. I enjoyed the quips. I thought they were funny, and the horror aspect I really like. I think in a lot of the scenes it nails the darker aspects, the suspense, the tension. The post-credit scenes are semi-cool because, it's cool to see Michael Keaton's Vulture in this new universe, and he's going to be forming the Sinister Six. I think that's a cool concept, and it's going to be a cool roster, but at the end of the day, these are bad post-credit scenes. It's probably the movie's most offensive offering. It really is just an FU to MCU fans. The first thing Vulture says when he transfers to an alternate universe, he doesn't say, "Oh my god, my wife, my kid, I'll never be able to see them again, where am I?" He says, "I hope the food here is good." And then he goes to see Morbius. "I've read about you. I don't know what happened, but I have a feeling we should team up, do some good." Like, oh, the ADR was bad. It's bad rush setup. Sony doesn't care about the MCU's storytelling, and that Vulture character arc, it's bad. It's not good. So that was my second viewing of Morbius, and I just felt like it was important to share my updated thoughts because, I still really enjoy this movie. It's just that the issues were more apparent to me now. Some I stated in my original review, and some I'm, further clarifying for you guys' information. I still really enjoy it. I think it's a good, solid movie, but it's not a movie that I love. It's a movie with many, many flaws. And the VenomVerse as a whole, while I really enjoy it, It's just gotten to the point where you have to expect this sort of flimsy storytelling. It's not going to be the MCU. They really should have higher standards, hire writers and directors that really care. These movies can be so much better than they are. It's just like when you see a VenomVerse movie, you gotta accept it for what it is, and for what they are. I enjoy them. Venom movies are a blast, and Morbius I think is a solid movie, but they're not quality. They're not as great as they can be, which is unfortunate. But they're good times. I'm still excited for the future. I think Sinister Six could be really cool. I'm really excited for Kraven the Hunter, seeing Aaron Taylor Johnson in that role, but it's like, our expectations, they have to be where they were previously for like Morbius and Venom Let There Be Carnage. Like, you have to understand what you're getting. And what we're getting I like, but there's so much potential if you hired writers who care about MCU mythology and who could give us more in-depth storytelling, not giving us flimsy, generic, character motivations and all that good stuff. I think Morbius did its job, and I liked what they did, but, you could do more to make it even better, basically. So tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about Morbius? Are you going to rewatch it to see if your stance changes? Or are you like, that movie's so bad, never want to touch it again? Tell me in the comments down below. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That'll be all for me. Remember my catchphrase, guys. Stay super wise.